God is with me. God will protect me. God will always love me. What a load of bullshit. I'm an 18-year-old alcoholic. God, assuming he exists, has better things to do. At least I hope he does. I mean, the only reason I go to these meetings is to see people more hopeless than I. Santa Ana. Look at this vile city. You have to be pretty buzzed to even consider this cesspit a city. I like to stand up here and have a smoke. Hype cigarettes. I do quite the opposite. Few inches of toasted tobacco. The simplicity of most drugs is remarkable. You drink it, you smoke it, you inject it, and then it gives you a feeling of reassurance and indifference. Not in the act itself, but in yourself. That's what's so addicting. It's one of my favorite spots in the city. I have a smoke here, relax, watch normal, boring people like myself go home to their late night shifts, wherever. And after one or two cigarettes, I do the same and ride what the city has to offer as public transportation. college parking lot's a little more empty than usual. College. Either you like it or you fucking hate it. College is just like high school, it's just far more independent. That's all it is. Students are more detached from one another. Teachers continue to fill your head with what they believe is right or what is wrong. Not to mention your future depending on a letter grade.
Oh my god, are you okay? I'm sorry, are you fine? Are you...
Pills to dull the pain. Yeah, you can make it. Where is it? Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, I got it. Cool. Yeah, alright then, I'll see you in a couple hours. Bye-bye. That was my best friend, Bert. He invited me to a small get-together at his place. I guess I'll take advantage of the booze and food.
What?
You don't notice?
Yeah, it helped video.
Oh, gym class. I can see that on my phone.
Ball girl.
I told you.
Bert, a few years ago, you won't even think you'd ever be taller than me. I don't have friends. I didn't find it useful. I don't confide in anyone besides myself. No point in bitching about shit if no one understands you. Bert is one of the few exceptions, though. He constantly introduces me to people, but I don't ever connect with people, and they don't with me. Some people connect, others don't. It's not a tragedy.
Better fucking swallow that shit. Drink it, drink it. Go. Yeah! Yes! Woo! Atta boy, Henry. Shit, you're
Don't fall. That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
You know what? I'll just go. No, see you later. I have to work tomorrow too. It's so I gotta go. But I'll take care of yourself. I'll text you when I get home. Okay, bye.
Smells like my grandma.
Have a few more drinks. I'll take you home later. Leon, fucking clean that shit up.
This guy gets down.
Dude, not too much, dude. What the fuck? I need to get like an expensive ass vacuum and shit. Leon.
Hungover. I don't remember how I got home last night. Who gives a shit? I made it home and that's that.
Yeah, no, I'm on my way.
I was on my way to class when Bert invited me to the park. I suppose I can skip one class. By the time I got there, I had drunk all the vodka in my water bottle. It's funny how no one bats an eye at that. I remember doing the same in high school with the Gatorade bottles. Bert and the two guys I met last night were there. One of the guys' girlfriends, too. I didn't get to meet her last night. Or maybe I did. As usual, they spoke nonsense and I had no choice but to interact. I suppose the things I do to feel less alone. Bert was concerned about my drinking, but I could tell it was his duty and not his choice, and therefore waved them off. I got home a few hours later. I had walked into the wrong neighborhood. Lucky for me, I sobered up by the time I got home. Lucky, but not fortunate. To remedy this small problem, I decided to get a refill of the sauce. My folks have been home. I could smell my mom's rosy perfume. Vodka. Look at its beautiful simplicity. A clear liquid that'll fuck up your brain cells and liver. Just a liquid. They didn't leave any food, so I decided to sleep off any hunger I may have had.
Hello, sir. We represent the local church, and it's 10:47, sir. Anyways, we'd like to read you a statement.
How many times did you guys knock on the door?
We knocked 4 times to give everyone a chance to get to the door. Anyways, we'd like to read you a passage.
Oh, and we have this pamphlet.
Like most Christians, we believe that the Bible is the word
I
of...
don't mean to be rude, but I don't want to talk to you guys anymore. How are you doing here?
Oh, wow. Sorry. What's up?
Nothing, man. I was just wondering if you want to get some lunch at Jay's bar with Linda.
Shit. Remind me who they are again? You want some coffee?
Linda, Phil's girlfriend, and Jay's her friend. Jesus, Hen. Ain't it a little too early to be drinking?
Don't fuck with me, dude. I only got like 7 hours of sleep.
Sorry, man.
I'm just fucking with you. So who's who?
Linda, Phil's girlfriend.
Okay, yeah, I know Phil.
We hung out with them yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah? Jay is Linda's friend. But she wasn't there.
So why'd you bring her up?
Because she's Linda's friend. She works at a bar. They invited us to have lunch today.
Wait, a bar? Don't you have to be 21?
It's not exactly a bar. Well, it's new. We went last night. They said it was fucking fun. We should go.
Last night? Wait, I thought you said we hung out with them last night.
Well, we did, but... whatever. So, you want to go?
Is it expensive?
Since when the fuck do you care about prices?
No, I don't think I'm gonna go.
Well, can you do me the favor of giving me a ride there?
What's wrong with your car?
I'm out of gas, man. Come on, do me the favor.
Alright, just get ready then.
Beautiful. I need to be there in 20 minutes, so speed it up.
The car ride over there, Bert continued to talk to me about his personal life and his friends and how his relationships with these people was going. To be honest with you, I care about Bert, but I don't care about the rest of these people. He was getting along with them and I didn't need to know much more. What is it with people that make them feel the need to clarify everything? If something is going well, then it's going well. Who gives a shit about the details? Then again, that's what friends and family do. They want to know what's been going on in your life. Maybe it's just jealousy. Yeah, probably. Since I don't have much going on for me. I doubt it. I picked Bert up a few blocks away so I don't have to talk to Phil or Linda. Regardless, as soon as he got in the car, he immediately talked to me about them. At this point, I was sobering out from my morning coffee, so my attention span was getting stronger, which had me a little flustered. I tend to remember even the smallest details, no matter how indifferent I am. He told me about Jay. She worked at wherever Bert just ate at. Her last boyfriend cheated on her, and she's been emotional lately. Bert wanted me to ask her out. Perfect. A drunk and damsel in distress. What can go wrong there? Bert described her to me, and he did the same to her. He's always had a thing for getting people together. My parents left a note on my desk that they were leaving for Vegas tonight for business. So I told them we can have a small get-together at my place. It was the day of the party, and Bert brought exactly what I wanted. A box full of the demon's rum. That's right, I looked up alcohol in the thesaurus. Anyways, party was generous because I told him I didn't want too many people coming over to my house. The less people, the easier it was to clean up after them, and the more leftover booze for me. I bought some pizzas to fulfill the food part of this get-together. The simplicity of pizza is, again, extraordinary. Toasted cheese on dough or bread is enough to satisfy most people's hunger. I decided to have a taste of what Bert brought over. He was worried that the stuff he brought would taste cheap or inadequate, but I reassured him, hoping I would reassure myself, that if he gives you a good buzz, it doesn't really matter. Everyone that Bert invited showed up. Good for him, and it wasn't too many people at all. Good for me. As I was inside, they were loud enough for me to hear their conversations. I was buzzed but not wasted, and therefore my attention span was high enough to listen to their drivel. They spoke about comic books and their movies and equality and all this other bullshit. They spoke about it as if they knew what they were talking about. Their responses were all uneducated and idiotic. That's redundant, much like these people. I went outside to join Bert and have my share of drinks, mostly to have my share of drinks. Phil, as I have come to learn, was a very good friend of Bert. Was no drinker, was already visibly hammered. A few more drinks and he was a goner.
Hey, where you going? You gotta take one too. There we go. All right. Serve them up. You are the longest, like, Jesus Christ. You're just spilling them everywhere, man.
Yeah. You didn't get fired, so.
If you were working for me,
I think I'm fucked up.
shut the fuck up, Phil.
Don't be a pussy.
Last one, dude. All right, last one. Shut this guy up. Don't forget this guy. Don't.
Just as I was ready to have my second drink, I looked up and saw the most attractive woman I've ever seen. Sober me would have been too self-conscious, but lucky for me, I wasn't sober. It was then when I realized that was Jay. She matched the description Bert gave me.
Hey, Hans, this is really nice, really nice to
I told the girl Phil was with about Phil, hoping she felt enough for him that she wouldn't encourage him to stop drinking. When she left the table, I asked Jay if she wanted to leave. I knew that face of boredom all too well.
He's fine, dude. He's fine. He's not gonna feel shit. I did take it away from him. I fucking took it away from him. Sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. You was just fucking like, he's just a lightweight. He asked for it. I didn't fucking force it.
Look at him!
We stood at the porch and she took out a packet of Hype cigarettes, a brand that is quite rare in this city. There's only one smoke shop that sells them. No filter, better tasting. It was a bit awkward at first until I spoke what was on my mind, which is what alcohol tends to make you do. I didn't think she was a smoker. She told me not to assume. I told her I always do. Assuming is basically my entire life. She told me she ironically does the same, because if you assume the worst in people, you are never disappointed. I realized if I wanted to continue to talk to her, I'd have to get her out of the house. So we went to the movies. It was only a short walk there, but in that short time I couldn't believe I was talking to a person that shared my view on people and life. It was at that moment I realized she was one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. Beauty and being attractive aren't the same thing. She told me about how she wanted to be a plastic surgeon and was going to transfer to some big school. She shared the same relationship with Linda, who I found out was Phil's girlfriend, that I had with Bert. Her smile was infectious. Her eyes were never ending. Every time she looked at me and I at her, I saw something different in her eyes. When I got home, I was already sober as possible. My legs are sore. Combination that wasn't exactly a match in my book. I opened the door to Bert, who was sitting on my sleeping couch as if he owned the fucking place. As far as I could tell, he was the only one home. I was wrong, but I didn't know at the time. Bert, like some concerned parent, spoke to me as if I had gotten home after curfew. After a few questions, I decided to confide in him about my day's activities. In retrospect, it wasn't exactly something I would do, but I was so euphoric at the time, I could see why I told him everything. He was very interested in what I had to say. He was interested in every detail. When he asked me that one generic question, I know he was only interested if I had fucked Jay. He didn't seem at all interested in the fact that I liked her for her, but he continued to listen as any good friend would, I presume. I couldn't stop thinking about her though, and my mouth continued to move and make noise. It was almost refreshing to hear my own voice this much and to listen to myself expressing myself through another outlet, even if this friend wasn't listening. Linda came into the room and listened to the latter part, made me regret what I said. I could see why this sort of thing is popular among bloggers on the internet. Say what you want on the internet and no one will say a fucking word. I hadn't felt this way in a long time. This childish attraction towards Jay forced me to tell Bert not to say anything to anyone. After an unconscious Phil and Linda walked out, Bert asked for a drink and I felt a cold shiver come over me like a blanket. Oh, the irony. I needed the warmth of a cold drink too. It didn't take too long for us to start having an actual conversation. A conversation between friends. A conversation I haven't had in a long ass fucking time. It was at that moment when I realized how much of a moron I've been. Alcohol has taken away from me the most precious thing in life. Carl Pilkington once said, you need to have some of the good to know the bad and vice versa. Today with Jay, I had enough good to show me the bad. At that moment I knew what I had to do. But I figured since I was already a little drunk, I'd end the night texting Jay and starting my sobriety the next morning.
Remember when you turned 21? Yeah, me neither. I do. Mine was pretty tame. But in movie 21 and over, Jeff Chang is turning 21, and his friends think that it's time with the straight-laced college student. A little bit of fun. What they mean by a little bit of fun is a completely insane, over-the-top night of mayhem, probably a few crimes that Jeff Chang will never forget, even if he doesn't remember a thing. Now, if your 21st didn't look quite like this one, you can show someone else right now from the safety and legal comfort of your own house.
So what do we drink to?
Here's how it all went down.
21 years ago, Jeff Chang entered the world of naked and screaming. Tonight,
Fuck yeah. That's more like it.
Or greater actors. I don't know which to choose.
She's hot and we managed to snag her before she became, too expensive, and before, she stopped talking to everybody. She doesn't talk to anybody anymore. You have to pay her per word now.
And we haven't stopped since.
I play Hansel, and this will be my sister Gretel. And, I feel like they don't exist without each other. You move, you go.
I've grown up and I've become a bounty hunter, witch killing, fantastic kind of celebrities.
Kill a witch.
It's not like two police cops or whatever, there's this emotional drive for the both of them. It's inexplicable, and that was really the central core of the whole piece.
It just felt like a natural progression. What happened to them? Where did they go? What did that event do to them? And it just felt natural that we would become.
I play Muriel, and Muriel sort of runs this whole. just a spectacular piece for the eye to look at.
What is that shot? Morning. Should come over here. Warm you up a burrito. There. What's this? Fruit punch. Painkillers. Fruit punch with the vodka.
More like vodka with a hint of fruit punch.
Yeah. Don't worry, it'll relieve your headache. Plus you gotta eat something. Make sure you drink a bunch of water too. Alright?
Yo.
I had been sober for a few hours the next day when Jay called me and decided to invite me out. She wanted to talk to me. I was a little afraid. The vodka makes me impervious to other people's opinions on me, but since I was sober, I was afraid I had done something wrong. I met up with her and had a smoke with her. That night she told me she actually liked me, and then hugged me. I've never been in this position, and since I was new to it, I didn't know how to react. I made the mistake of reacting without emotion. Emotions are an odd thing. Never acted on emotions. I just always felt that if something bothered me, I hadn't had enough to drink. The next few weeks we went out more and more. She wasn't one for dinner or anything of that sort. She enjoyed just going out and watching the world around her. I finally felt happy. My sobriety period was getting longer and longer. I didn't feel the need to get that high from alcohol anymore. Jay made me happy, and she made it clear I did the same for her. We were no longer lonely. We cared for each other. We understood each other. We loved each other. I told her about my alcoholism, and she didn't criticize. She didn't try to send me to some clinic. She told me she didn't blame me. We often have that feeling of emptiness, and for some it's crying to feel something for ourselves. For others, it's self-harm to feel some sort of pain. For people like me, it's alcohol since it's so easy to get to. I wasn't addicted to the substance, she said. I was addicted to the feeling. Scientifically, that sentence is a load of shit. But the meaning is there. I don't drink vodka for that throat-burning sensation. I drink it because it makes me numb. One night I dropped her off and Bert gave me a call about a little get-together at his house again. As soon as I accepted, I realized this would be my test.
Henry! How you been?
I arrived to the party and that feeling I had from before was no longer there. That feeling of hatred towards everyone was gone. It was just mere indifference now. Alcohol closed my eyes to all these potential friendships. Bert greeted me and left me to get me something to drink. I didn't hate these people, but that didn't mean I was comfortable, so I stood at the doorway. Linda and Phil came up to talk to me, but I didn't tell them anything. I figured they're Jay's friends, so if they wanted to get any gossip, it'd have to be from Jay. Bert gave me some sort of mixture of tequila and rum, even though I asked for water. That sip was enough of a trigger for me, and although I feigned disappointment and anger with Bert for giving me alcohol, inside I was getting ready for another bumpy ride. One sip became a cup. One cup became two. Two became a bottle. And at that moment I was gone again. All that resisting and suffering I caused myself for happiness with Jay was instantly gone.
Serve me some more, dude. No, serve me some more. Fine, serve myself. I'll serve myself some more. Fuck's sake, let me see. Hey, what if you want to drink with me? What you want to drink with me? Huh? On my own. Come on, he's gonna drink with me. Come on. Dude, you're fine. You're done. Fucking serve me some more. Dude, no, it's good. You've had enough, man. You fucking had enough. Dude, Henry, that's enough. Henry, that's enough. Henry!
I knew what I was doing, but I couldn't stop myself. I was angry and numb. At that point, I knew I had destroyed myself. And just like that, I ended the same way I started. Drunk and all by myself.